Right, so I've dealt each side its card decks, and it's time to perform some operations. Reinforcements have been sent out, replacements have been spent. So I'm going to look at an operation. It's worth saying, everything I say in these videos is my understanding of the rules. There's probably quite a few errors. Some just things I've forgotten, other things that I might not understand. I found this game quite complicated to learn, actually. Although the game isn't that complicated, it's just a lot to take in. So, what I want to do is this. I want to take control of this island here. The reason why I want it, it's got an airfield, and it's within 8 hexes of Japan. Now, I've just started to receive these long-range strategic bombers. I want to be able to bomb Japan. If I stick them over here, on Iwo Jima, the Japanese can actually come over and shoot them, because they have some aircraft units with a range of 3, 1, 2, 3, so they can engage me in a fight here quite easily. If I bomb from here, the only way the Japanese can respond is by sending their fleet out to get me. The only disadvantage, of course, is there's no harbour here, so I cannot stick a big stack of ships waiting here, because ships are always in harbour when you're not moving them around to combat or back from combat, or in combat. At the end of a card play, they always end up back in a harbour, so there are some disadvantages to it, but it's still, I think it's worth taking. Now it's defended by 1 damaged infantry division and 2 air units. These 2 air units and all air units, whether they be aircraft carriers, you can tell it's an aircraft carrier because it's got a range on it and it says CV, and air units, they have a 2 hex zone of influence. That stops trace supply being run through there, but the other thing it does is it stops infantry units that are being transported over the sea, ready for assault, using an amphibious assault point, or a barge, basically men in barges and things. They can't move through an aircraft zone of influence, unless they are accompanied by my own aircraft capable units which neutralise that zone of influence. So to attack here, I'm going to need to spend at least 1 unit in, 1 ground unit, because I actually have to take the hex, which is going to have enough damage on it, 12, to do 12 damage and knock that out, and I'm going to have to destroy both these aircraft before I can actually land anyway. That's what I need to do if I want to take that island. So I've got this card, and now I can play it just for its OC cost, free, and add that free to either of these HQs, and that would give me 5 or 6 points to spend, and then I can activate 5, 6 units, 1 to activate that, and then send a few of my aircraft carriers and ships, and potentially that bomber's theirs in range as well. I could attack it that way. However, it's more efficient with this card to use it as its event, which means I can activate any HQ, and I have a logistic value of 6. That basically means rather than having 3, I've got 6 right off the bat if I use this HQ, or 4 for any other. And the Southwest Pacific HQ is here. That's MacArthur, by the way. And I would get his +2 as well, I think, on top of that. So I'd get 8. Could be wrong there, but I think I get 8. So it means I can use a lot more units. Disadvantage. These 2 numbers up here, these are called the intelligence values. These are the numbers that the Japanese player has to roll under if it wants to respond to my card play. So a 5 if I use it as the event, a 3 if I use it as the operational cost. So I can less likely to have a Japanese response if I play it for its operation cost. The Japanese also might have a response card. After I've done my moves and declared my battles, the other player has the opportunity to respond. And they can either play a card, and it'll be a card with a blue banner at the top. I don't think there's any in this stack. Or they can roll a die and try and roll under your intelligence value. If they succeed, they can then move some of their units into the hex to reinforce, basically. They can chuck reinforcements in, which could mean activating some of these units and sending them over to Whackney. So, there's a bit of a trade-off. I think I will risk using the EC, the event, because I get to move more stuff in.